Thought this might be easier than bombing your inbox with a giant message. I'd just shoot a quick video of it and let you know. Inside back, rear fender wells, back seats where they should go. I have the seats. Other fender well, filler neck, all the hardware for all that stuff, gas door. Doesn't seem to have any holes back here. Have the taillights, they'll come with it. Seems to all be in relatively good shape. Rear bumper cover, it's got a 10-foot paint job on it. It's got its marks, it could use painted. Quarter windows are pretty decent. Not redone that I know of. Rear fenders. Some rust there. But up in the well it seems to be clean. It won't have the tubular arms on it. It'll come with OEM arms on it. But it's a factory V8 car, so it's an 8.8 with a 373 gear. It's got some play. It could probably use gears. It's set up for an external fuel pump to a carburetor. I'm going to leave that. I don't need it. The fuel system needs to be redone. It vapor locked a lot in the heat. Down around. There's some surface stuff back here, but none of it seems too soft. Subframe connector. I'm leaving those on the car. There's the bottom of the rocker panel. Some right there, maybe at the corner. I needed the door. I had a dented one, so it had to go to another member of the crew, so sorry. Inside, dash, pretty good shape. I have all the pieces for it. It'll come with the full dash, cluster, column, console, everything but the pedals. Seats, they're under covers. The driver's side had a ghetto lean to it, so the backs are actually red seat backs out of a Thunderbird. I wasn't sure about getting the bottom seats out of the bolts in the bottom and not being able to bolt another one in, so I just changed the backs. Okay. There's a bad spot. Front passenger A-pillar, and it's got a spot on the top of it under this corner of this fender about the size of a quarter. This is the bent up fender. Not much to be done. It needs a new fender. Again, this is the bad part of the car. Decent shocks and struts. It's set up for a carb motor, so it doesn't have a computer or the fuel injection harness. Brakes are decent. They're not great, but there's life left. Motor doesn't come with it. Core support's in relatively bad shape. It's got some places you could push on it. There's some cracks right there near the bottom of the crank pulley. And it is definitely not square. I don't know if you can... It's tweaked. It got hit in this corner. Didn't even bust the headlight, but that was enough to do all the wonderful rust in, and those are completely separated. There's no patch that together. It'll need frame rails on both sides. They're good, I think, right about there, the back of the strut tower and back. There's got there's a hole right there. That's where the column comes through. And then the strut tower's just completely gone. There's no, it'll have to be full new frame rails. All the ignition wiring is there. I didn't cut anything up or anything like that. It's ready to get hooked to a solenoid. It had a trunk mount battery. It doesn't anymore, but I'll throw a battery tray with a couple of wires in it. Needs a windshield. It's not really in the line of view, and I never got stopped for it, but if you're building something to, you know, you'll want a windshield. That's about it. So if there's any more specific pictures, let me know. But that pretty much covers all the bad and the good. There's the taillights hiding up in there. And over here is the cowl. It's straight, not cracked. Kick panels, dash pad, sill plates. Back plastics are right over there, along with the gas tank shield and the column, which hasn't been cut up. Airbag doesn't work, it needs a cock spring. The fuel tank leaks from the sending unit. When you fill it full of gas, 3/4 of a tank, it doesn't leak a drop. But it's definitely set up for an external pump. There's nowhere to hang a in tank one in there. So if you need more pictures, let me know.